Well, Taddy Blazusiak is done with Stark and does not seem to be very happy about it, saying in a official statement, quote, official statement, I informed that as of 15/1/25, or as of 1/15/25, depending on how you want to say it, January 15th, I unilaterally terminate the contract with Stark Future Company and I refuse to race in the next races. I also want to express my apologies for the event that happened at German GP, which was not my intention and was caused by the unpredictable reaction of the motorcycle. Now, that would be this clip right here. If you see it, it I don't know. It looks like, I mean, it's an electric bike. Let's start right there. No clutch, should not ever stall, should be perfectly running all the time. It's not like an ICE bike where you can stall it and then you have to, if you dump the clutch, it can be a problem. It should just turn, twist the throttle and go. That's how these things should work. And obviously, it's, I guess it depends on how you look at it. It could either be one, he grabbed a handful of throttle and didn't expect it to accelerate the way it was, or two, he grabbed a handful of throttle because the bike was not going. Like you can tell he's in the, I don't know, you want to call it the obstacle, whatever, sitting there in the logs. I think there are rocks, something like that, and you can tell the bike just stops. Then he gets over the obstacle and he's obviously facing the guy in front of him. I'm assuming more than likely you're not going to just grab a handful of throttle and run it into the side of the guy in front of you. That's just, it's not going to be helpful for you. It's not going to be helpful for him. It's really stupid in the long run because you make people mad at you. And that's obviously going to be a problem. And it's not something that's going to be helpful for your race because obviously, as it looks, he goes off, knocks the other guy over. He goes off, his bike gets stuck on top of the competitor's bike. So, one, it's not any quicker for him. It's not like he took the guy out and then passed him, pushed him over and just drove right away. That's not what happened. He fell over and had to, well, one fell over on the bike, two got pushed over by the guy who was mad, which, in a racing setting, there's a lot of adrenaline. It makes perfect sense. So this didn't help him. There's no competitive advantage here. There's something obviously he didn't do to, you know, take out the first place guy and then drive away. So it's a really weird thing that what happened, why it happened, and for him to just, straight up quit. Say, I'm not, basically he's saying, I'm quitting, I'm not riding this bike anymore. The way it's worded, the way it sounds is it looks like he thinks something went wrong with the bike and he doesn't feel either comfortable riding it or doesn't want to ride it anymore because there's a problem. And in something like this, it's not like Supercross where there's a lot of big jumps. You're not doing triples, you're not doing anything like that. But if you get one little mistake, if you're going off the face of a jump and the bike stalls, bogs, whatever you would want to call an electric bike, you know, freeze up, and it just, you know, head over tea kettles, head over feet, whatever, it sends you into the front of another jump, you can get seriously hurt. I mean, that's always a problem, even with internal combustion motors too. There's a chance that happens. A bike bogs and then, you crash. But if you're him, the Stark is still generally new. I mean, it's been around for a few years now. It's not something that came out this year, but it's still a generally new thing, especially in a race setting. That for him to just come out and say, I unilaterally terminate the contract. He's basically just saying, this sucks. I don't want to ride it, or I'm scared to ride it, and I'm not going to do it anymore. And for him, good. If as a racer, if you feel that you're not safe on something, it's smarter to do that than it is to continue riding it and just say, we'll see if this happens again or doesn't happen. And I don't know. This is big for, I mean, for the company. It who knows. Bad PR. If you pay attention to this stuff, you watch racing, or if you're an endurocross fan, it's bad PR for Stark because I think it's like that and the British Arena Cross are the only series that it's actually allowed to race in right now. So if you start seeing problems with that bike in those specific instances, I mean, obviously they could probably go into the data and say, oh yeah, this happened, dot, 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 move on, fix it. But as a racer, you're never going to know if that's ever going to happen again. Who knows? So this is where I'm going to leave you guys. One, what do you think of the Stark Varg? What do you think of electric bikes in general, electric racing? Obviously, it is coming. It's going to be a thing. They're not going away. Uh, it's going to be the future. I don't know you want to call it. Whether it's its own class or they start getting mixed in with ICE bikes. You don't know if it's ICE meaning internal combustion engines. If you don't know that. So that's where I'm leaving for you guys. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Are you a fan of them? Do you hate the electric bikes? What do you think of Taddy? Are you watching these series? Whatever it is, comment down below. Tell me what you think while you're down there. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things this platform allows you to do because it really just helped me out. I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.